We're live on Twitter, Periscope. We're live on IG. Shout out to my IG people if you're in the building right now. And you know what time it is. And if you don't, you're going to get familiar. It's late day Q&A. I'm Rob Pasker. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the difference between a tax deed and a tax lien. I'm talking about some very cost-efficient ways to acquire property, dropping some jewels. So come on in here. Let me know you in the building. Put the little house emoji. Let me know you here. I feed off of the energy. So give it to me and let's get it. Let's go.
FYI Friday.
Tell me what you need. Real estate, condo, real estate, land, real estate, commercial, real estate, real estate, got it, real estate, me, real estate, got it. You already know I got it. Pasker real estate, we rockin'. Young millennials, we poppin'. Tell them other folks to stop it. Tell me what you need. Real estate, condo, real estate, land, real estate, commercial, real estate, real estate, got it, real estate, me, real estate, you already know I got it. Pasker real estate, we rockin'. Young millennials, we poppin'. Tell them other folks to stop it. Tell me what you need.
The myth, the legend, Robbie P.
Okay, welcome. Yes, you're back. Like I said, I'm Rob Pasker, broker owner, Pasker Real Estate, New Millennium Real Estate Services for the people. We help buyers and sellers reach their real estate goals. Whatever they're trying to do, we make it happen. So we're going to get into some Q&A, but before we do, I do want to tell you a couple things. This Saturday, I got a gem of a home hitting the market. I'm talking 6 bedrooms, 3.5 bathrooms, priced under $300,000. We got this beauty here out in Perrysburg, Ohio. I'm having an open house from 1 to 4 o'clock. So if you or anyone you know that is in the market, tell them to come out here and see this property. It's beautiful, it's spacious, vaulted ceilings, granite countertops, newer roof, newer furnace, newer hot water tank, newer AC. Come on, man, it's still at $255. So it's not gonna last long. If you or anyone you know is out there looking, tell them to come through. If you're one of my realtor friends, come on, bring a buyer. I would love to do a deal with you. I love to get a transaction with you, and I would especially love it to go to someone that I know. So come on with it. So let's get into it. Let's talk about it a little bit. You know, there's a lot of different ways to acquire property, and you all are very aware. And we're going to talk about a couple of ways that are lesser known for a lot of people. But before I get into it, go ahead, let me know you're in the building. Shout out to my people on IG. IG's in the building, tough right now. We got Facebook in the building. We got YouTube in the building. So give me the house emoji. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'm going to throw them out there because this is only as good as y'all are. You know, this is live, y'all. I'm spending time with y'all. So let's get into it. There's a lot of different ways to acquire property. Whether that's with cash, whether that's with mortgage, you have what's called seller-backed financing. There are a lot of different ways that people go about purchasing property, but if you ask me, cash is king. But I'm not one. If you really ask me, I'm going to tell you, go ahead and get that mortgage, because I think it's more wise to purchase a property with somebody else's money than using your own money. Dollars that I could go purchase a property with, I would much rather take that $100,000. Let me take $5,000 out of that $100,000 and buy a $100,000 house with $5,000 and then pay it back over time. And yes, there's interest. Interest rates right now are about 3.5%. Over the lifetime, 30 years of a loan, that's a long time. But peep this. What if I were to take that same $100,000 and invest it into a vehicle that's going to bring me back 15% year over year on my investment? So now that $100,000 is bringing me in $15,000 a year, versus if I were to purchase that $100,000, I was sinking into a property, and I can't use that. I can't use those dollars anymore. You know. Shout out to Lorene. Because she knows she's a head at a bank, Citizens Bank here in Northwest Ohio. So she knows interest rates are super low right now. So if you're looking to buy, holler at Lorene. She got some great rates. But whatever the case. So yeah, cash is king, but I say be smart, use other people's money, because instead of sinking all your money into one property, use somebody else's money and invest the money you would have put into a property and get that larger return on investment. But if you are dead set on purchasing property in cash, there's a lot of ways to go about it. Some people go find a house on the market. Some people find off-market deals. and which are all great. One of my favorite ways, and one of the ways that I find to be one of the most efficient ways to go about purchasing properties are through tax sales. So you have tax deeds, you have tax foreclosures. It's a lot of ways to go about it. Alicia, that's a good question. I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about that real quick here. But you have tax foreclosures. So everybody knows mortgage foreclosure. If you don't pay your mortgage, your home is going to get foreclosed on. If you don't pay your taxes, though, your home is going to get foreclosed on. And when it gets foreclosed on, the county is going to take it back. So in all things money, you want to do your own research. Please, I'm telling you, do your own research. But every county is different. A county is either going to be a tax deed county or a tax lien county. So a tax deed county is a county where if you don't pay your taxes, after a while, the county is going to foreclose on your property. And what they're going to do is sell your property in a sheriff's sale. And when you purchase that property, they typically start these foreclosure sales off, these auctions off at 2/3 of what the appraised value, the city value of the property is. So if it's a $100,000 property, they're going to start to sell at $66,000, which, it's a deal. For most people, for most investors, if you can get a property and you can put less than 70% of the after repair value into the property, you make a nice return on that. What happens as well with tax foreclosures, Lucas County is a tax deed county. So we have sheriff sales every Wednesday for the most part. They start back up on the 16th of December. COVID kind of put a little hamper on how they did business downtown. But whatever the case, they try to sell it in a tax sale. And if it doesn't sell in a tax sale, they might even try to sell it twice. But if it doesn't sell twice after going to a sheriff sale, then it'll go to what's called the forfeited land sale. And this is an auction that they have once a year for all the forfeited land in Northwest Ohio, all the parcels of land, all the homes that have been abandoned, that haven't paid taxes, that haven't sold in a tax sale. Lucas County will lump them all together. They do a big announcement in the newspaper, and they auction them off. Now, this tax sale used to be the biggest tax sale of the year, where you could buy properties for the amount of the taxes and even cheaper in some cases. People were buying homes for $500, $1,000 in Northwest Ohio. But what I have found recently is that the land bank comes in and they skim off the top. They take the best of the best, they pluck them out, and they put them in the land bank, which, it kind of is what it is. The land bank makes it hard for a lot of people to purchase properties. They have a good mission. The land bank's mission is to revitalize neighborhoods, make sure that these properties are going to people who can afford to fix them up, which is fair and which is noble. But, it kind of becomes an issue when the land bank, in Lucas County Land Bank, in certain neighborhoods in Northwest Ohio, they are the majority landowner in certain neighborhoods in Toledo, Ohio, and the people in the neighborhood can't purchase these properties, where before, if somebody had $10, $15 stacked up, they could find the owner and give the owner a couple thousand and then put the rest and fix the house up as they work on it on their time and fix it up and live in it. Now the land bank says you have to have $20,000, $30,000 stacked up in the bank already. You have to have a renovation plan. You have to have contractors. You have to have a team already picked out. You got to show where you're getting your money from. They do background checks. They look at all types of stuff, and they make it hard for a lot of people to purchase property. So, I'm hoping and I'm working to raise awareness about that, so that the land bank makes it easier for normal, everyday Toledoans to purchase properties through the land bank, because it's very attractive when it says, oh, you can buy a house for $2,000. You get into the MLS, you see homes for sale for $13,000 or less than $13,000, $7,000 even. But what they don't tell you on the back end is that you got to have $30,000, $40,000. So whatever the case, so that's what happens. Tax deeds, you buy one house at a tax sale. Typically it starts off at 66% of what the appraised value is. And don't get it twisted, there is a difference between the market value and the appraised value. It's a nuance, but it's the real thing. So in a lot of cases, I've found that the city value, the appraised city value, is actually lower than what the market value is. So in any type of investment that you do, you definitely want to go ahead and check your sources, know what you're doing, check the numbers, do your comparables, because once you get $1 and you give that $1 away, you can't get that $1 back, you know, and that's what this is all about, using our money more efficiently, you know, getting a return on our investment, even if it's just to live in the house that you're living in, you know, to build equity. So on the flip side of that, you have counties which are tax lien counties. So a tax lien is different, where in a tax deed county, they'll auction off the property for the 2/3 of the value of the property, and then you get the property. It's yours. The deed is yours. Buyer beware. You know, caveat emptor, buyer beware. When you get that property, it is what it is. In a tax lien county, they don't sell the house at the sale. They actually sell the debt of the property at the sale. And what happens is the person that purchases that debt, a lot of times, that's it. It's an auction. So the person that's willing to pay the most for this home's tax debt now becomes the lien holder. So the person that lives in this home that's behind on their taxes, they don't own the county anymore because the county got their money from this investor. Now the person that lives in that home, they owe the person that bought the debt. They bought the note, they bought the lien. So with this lien, the interest rate tends to be higher, but the person in the home can elect to get on the payment plan with the person that owns the lien, the note. And so what happens is they have to pay that note back plus interest. And if they don't pay it back after a year, and every county has different laws, but if they don't pay it back by the specified time of the payment plan, then that person that owns the note can now foreclose on this person's property, and they take over the property. So, you know, we want to see people in the best position that they can be. We don't want to see people lose their houses. But that's just the reality of the market. People do lose houses every day, unfortunately. So from an investor's perspective, a tax lien, if you ask me, is one of the best ways to invest in real estate, because you're able to purchase the note. So you're getting interest just by letting the city have your money. And if you don't get your money back from this person, you can go forward and foreclose on the house. So now you got a house. You got a house for the price of whatever the taxes were. So, you know, Alicia, you asked what vehicle would bring you that much? A tax lien would bring you that much. So I wouldn't necessarily go buy a house with that $100,000, but I would see how many tax liens I can get for $100,000, how many notes I could buy for $100,000. So check your sources. Every county is different. Cuyahoga County, which is Cleveland, Ohio, they are a tax lien county, but they don't sell individual tax liens. Cuyahoga County, they lump all of the tax delinquent properties, and then they have their sale. Shout out to Tori. But yeah, Cuyahoga County, they'll lump all, like, so they had a tax sale in 2018, had a few, over 1,000 different parcels of land, over 1,000 different properties lumped into one tax lien sale. I think this tax lien sale sold for $12 million. They had one investor give the city $12 million. Excuse me. And the individuals had the option to get on the payment plan with the investor, and if they don't, that investor after a year in Cuyahoga County is able to foreclose on them. So I think that's a great investment. My guy Tyler Hauser, he's down there in the natty area, Cincinnati area. Holler at him. He's a great mortgage broker. He works hard, man. He's about the people. Who creates the note and gets the current owner to sign it? The current owner, through the city, through the Ohio Revised Code of Cuyahoga County, whatever they use, it's an Ohio law, but the owner that's behind can elect to get on the payment plan to keep their house. So it's something in the law, Ohio Revised Code. Check it out. Just Google Cuyahoga County tax lien sale. All the information is there. Use Google, people. But it's out there. Kendall Harvey, shout out to Kendall, my guy, man, making moves. Where would I find the tax liens? You gotta do your research, man. Every county is different. I believe Ohio has about like 55 counties. Not even a thing bigger than Ohio. The thing about being in Northwest Ohio, a lot of us are in Toledo, Northwest Ohio. We have I-75 going from Canada to Florida. We have I-80 going from ocean to ocean. They intersect in Toledo, Ohio, of all places. We are the heart of America. And with that being said, we can get to so many different places within a couple of hours drives. In fact, a study was done and they said that through Toledo, you can get to over 60% of the U.S. population through Toledo within 8 hours, within an 8-hour drive. So think outside of just Ohio, think Michigan, think Indiana, think the tri-state area, because we're close to Indiana, we're right here by Michigan, and we have Ohio. So every county is different. So I would say if you're interested in tax liens, do some research, go through and look at the different counties. Look at the counties. It's information out there. And, you know, it's a great way to acquire property, again, because one, you're getting money on the note. You're getting money just by people having to pay you back. You get the interest, and if you don't get the interest, you get their house. And once you get the house, it's whatever, you can do whatever. So like every county's different. Some counties they'll bulk, put all the different debts together, thousands of parcels together, and sell it in bulk. Some of them do it individually. And then also don't sleep on tax deeds as well, because every county is different. Every state is different. So you got to research and do the laws. But I mean, you can acquire property for cheap, dealing with the tax foreclosures, dealing with the tax liens, all of that good stuff. Rashonda, Collective Impact Movement, check this out. She says, do these principles apply to commercial properties? Yes, they do. It applies to vacant land. It applies to farmland. It applies to commercial. If they are behind on taxes to the county can foreclose, and when they do, it's either going to go tax deed or tax lien sale. Yep. Man, Tori, you already know it ain't nothing but a word. It ain't nothing but a word. You know, the rental game, I'll tell you, it's harder to find a good rental right now than it is to find a property. And it's hard to find a property for sale. You know, if you look at the statistics, we literally have the lowest amount of properties for sale in Northwest Ohio than we've had in the past 15 years. It is crazy. Before the crash happened in 2008, we had 8,600 homes listed for sale, actively for sale in the market. And 8,600, we're down to about 2,300 homes for sale. 2,300 homes. It's hard for buyers right now. So, but it's even harder for renters to find a good house. So, if you're looking to rent your property out, you won't have a hard time finding somebody to rent it. You just want to make sure that whoever's renting it is stable. Hopefully, they're not doing anything illegal for their lifestyle to bring any type of attention or damage to your properties. And that's the big thing. If you're interested in property management, me and my team, we do offer property management services. So I mean, we can holler at that. But yeah. So with that being said, you know, it's a little late day Q&A. Do me a favor, like, share, comment. For those you out there, at the end of the day, you know, money is a resource. It's a tool. Each dollar should have a name on it, or whatever. Well, each dollar should have a name when you budget. You should know how many dollars you're getting beforehand, and before you even get it, you should know where you're spending that money. And, you know, ultimately, you know, that's how we build wealth, by utilizing our dollars. It's a resource, it's energy. So for those people that are interested in becoming a homeowner, you might not have the cash to go cash out and buy a property right now. It's all good, you know, because I'm here to help you. I am a HUD certified housing counselor with NID Housing Counseling Agency. And, you know, we help people get their money right, get their credit right, help them get mortgage ready so that they can become homeowners. So if you're interested, we do have a course coming up next Saturday, December 12th, from 10 to 2. We'll be talking about ways to become mortgage ready. And then it's a 3-part program. So the first part is an orientation. You have a 4-hour course, and then you'll sit down with a housing counselor, me, one-on-one, where we'll go through your credit, we'll go through your income, we'll go through your debt load, and we'll put together a tailor-made plan for you to make yourself mortgage ready, preferably within a year. And once you go through this program, you'll get your certificate to get your down payment assistance if you so qualify. So it's a great program. Tell your people the link is in the description. I'm going to be hollering at y'all. I'm going to keep it coming with some midday, late day, early. You might catch me with an early day Q&A. I like my mornings, you know. I like my mornings to get my mind right and get my business right. But one of my favorite things to do is to drop information, share information with you all. And because ultimately, you know, I want to see Northwest Ohio be the best place it could be, and just the world in general. But I got some power here in Northwest Ohio, and I can touch the people here in Northwest Ohio. And if I can make this a better place for my grandchildren to live, God willing, knock on wood, then shoot, that's what I'm here for, to make this the best place it can be for all of us at the end of the day. So I'm gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna keep it pushing. I will be back with some more Q&A. You know who it is and what it be. This is Rob P, Pasker Real Estate, and I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.